All right, welcome back to Bill Plays Bass. Today, got a nice one for you. I do not own this. This is my brother's. So we are looking at, I believe, mid to late 90s Yamaha RBX775. So 5-string, obviously. This one's tuned the way you would expect, E through G. So this I like. One, body style, pretty sweet. So this has got a lot of interesting features on it. I believe these are active pickups. So we've got a couple of humbuckers here, soapbar style. This is just volume, passive tone, pickup switch. And then this here is just called a boost switch as best I know, but seems to change up the mids a little bit. So I believe because of that, and just somehow when you look at the cases, all active pickups have interesting covers on them. So this has a unique 5 side-by-side individual bridges if you look at it. So I know there's a lot of stuff that's done that since. One of my favorite Yamaha things is the truss rod is down here, which I love. The cover is missing, but you hardly miss it. This thing's got a pretty wild looking headstock. And this is a 35-inch scale and easy access for the battery on the back. And then this one was just in the shop. My brother and I took an assortment of basses over to our favorite luthier, and my brother thought this needed a nut. I don't know if it absolutely needed a nut or not, but anyhow, now this has got a bone nut on it, so that is the only thing that is not stock. So I really like this bass. It's lightweight. This is, I believe, alder is how I found. It's kind of hard to find a lot of useful information because these are just in that time where they're just kind of old enough to where that stuff's kind of falling out. But this is 9 pounds or less. This is probably 8.5. I don't think it's 8. But anyhow, 24 frets, all shiny, new looking, because of course that's what your luthier's supposed to do when they set one up for you. So yeah, pretty sweet bass. So let's just kind of dig through some tones. Again, I'm playing through my standard, which with this bass is a little noisy. I'm playing through a Zoom G1 Exxon guitar effects processor. And believe it or not, this is a Mesa Boogie Patch. There's very little actual distortion on it, but it is kind of distorted. And then it's got a lot of compression on it. Probably too much, but what the hell, you know, more is better, right? So, you know, let's listen to, I guess we're on this pickup here, so let's listen to that. So everything's up, and we're in this first position, which I think is a little less mid. In other words, this is a preamp position. So. So, pretty good sounding, right? So these are incredibly light strings for a 5-string set. My brother opted for instead of these Ernie Ball slinkies. So this is a really light gauge. So in the 4-string world, that's 95 to 40. That's pretty darn light. And then the low B is a 125. And this right here is the nut that was removed. But wow, these strings were pretty reasonably priced. $22.95 for 5-string set. However, bro, you're going to be pissed off. E string string's flat. I mean, it's just like dead. I've tried every trick I know, and it's dead. But yeah, with these really light strings on this thing, it is beyond playable. And my brother had it preloaded to begin with, and asked our luthier to leave it that way. So it's set up to. Change the that preamp to the more MIDI thing, so more midsy thing. So. So I don't know which way to describe what. I really felt like I was getting kind of the more mid-tone I like out of this position, but I'm not so sure. All right, so let's move on. So we're gonna go, I guess it's hard to see. So that was still all the front pickup. Maybe I'll move back here a little bit. So now we are using both pickups. I'm on this upper position of the preamp. So you can definitely hear a little more sparkle once you add that bridge / rear pickup in. We'll throw a pick on there. Man, that string is dead. So let's look at it with the pick or the preamp. Again, we're kind of in the up position. We'll go down. So this can play nice and clean if I don't beat the heck out of it, you know. So let's go to the actual bridge pickup, and that's with the preamp in the down position. Let's try the up position. Now we do have a tone control here. I'm gonna roll all the way back. I like on a lot of basses you can roll the tone control all the way back, and on your bridge rear pickup you can get that really honking jazz tone out of it. I don't think this one does that. Let's see. Yeah, that part just sounds a little on the duller side. So, yeah. Now, this bass is a totally different sounding bass played through more of a normal amp. I've been playing this through a little Line 6 studio I have in my living room. And it definitely gets through a different setup without so much distortion and so much compression. It gets a lot of more standard tones, and it does a great job at that kind of rear bridge jazz lick thing. But yeah, I like this bass a lot. One of the cool things, Japanese, well, that's the other thing. So this, I believe, is made in Taiwan. I would not look down upon a Taiwanese, from the 90s at least, Yamaha bass. So I've had two BBG4s and one BBG5. Those are more of a jazz bass with a little more traditional body. This is kind of a wicked thing here. And those basses are awesome, and even better, often they're cheap. I don't know about now, but they were incredibly cheap. This, my brother got a decent deal on, but I think these are hard to find at a decent price right now. Just everything is. But, so there you have it. Again, through my rig here, this is very bright sounding. This can definitely sound more normal. I like to demo with these brighter patches to give you an idea of what something could sound like. It's like, in some ways, the tone you would use to play along with a lot of bands is kind of, I mean, it's great, but it's bland for just kind of playing in this circumstance. So, let me know what you think. Did you guys like this? Did you hate it? And I'll be back with another video at some time, I'm sure. Till then.